Hello everyone, I'm the R6 Lore Guy, and welcome to the lore of Denari. Denari is our Year 10 Season 3 defender, and let's jump straight into his bio. If you liked the video, hit the like button, sub if you haven't already, comment since it helps with the algorithm, and let's do this. So Denari's real name is Leon Winzenried. He was born on the 30th of November, and is currently 38 years old. He was born in Lugano in Switzerland, which is a city in the southern Italian-speaking Ticino region. We got a little bit of a hint at this in the animated cinematic where he is speaking Italian to Maestro, who is from Rome. Now Denari isn't a Rainbow Operator, he is a Nighthaven agent. And not even a new Nighthaven agent. He's been there ever since Callie started to build up the team. Let's start to take a deep dive into his bio where we can learn more from Callie, Osa, and more. Let's get into this. So this starts with a little quote from Denari saying, "Take a seat, play around. What's the worst that can happen?" The son of an upper-class family, Winzenried's role as Gemini Kalimohan Kali Shaw's hidden enforcer was not part of his expected life path. Growing up, he was primarily used as a political prop for his parents' careers. Due to his monotonous upbringing, Winzenried found solace in games of chance, where he developed a propensity for analyzing and misdirecting his enemies. As a teenager, he was detained multiple times for sneaking into pool holes and swindling tourists out of their money. He has seemingly not been in contact with his family since his conscription into the Swiss military. Winzenried's knack for deconstructing his enemies' tactics made him an outlier among his military peers, earning him a spot in the ARD 10, which is the Army Reconnaissance Detachment 10 Special Forces unit of the Swiss Army, responsible for conducting counter-terrorist activities in Switzerland. According to Wikipedia, the following are part of the ARD 10's mandate: procurement of key facilities, protection of Swiss nationals, troop and facilities if endangered, securing Swiss nationals from crisis areas, direct action, and special reconnaissance. And as you can see, you have to be in quite good shape to even be a potential candidate for this. Returning back to his bio, his pristine success record in safeguarding hostages and his ability to adapt quickly under pressure earned him the approval of his commanding officers. After his contract ended, he left military life behind and traveled the world for several years, joining various mercenary groups and honing his skills. On multiple occasions, he found himself working with Charlie To Keng Bun, who goes by the alias of Grim, and the two developed a respect for each other's abilities. As he wandered from unit to unit, he built a reputation for turning seemingly impossible missions into successes. These exploits eventually landed him on Nighthaven's radar. With him then being recruited into Nighthaven, let's take a look at the specialist profile by Callie, Nighthaven's CEO. I first met Leon Denari Winzenried when I was searching for talent to build up Nighthaven. Stories of a cunning mercenary with a compulsion for taking risks were making the rounds, and I wanted to see if he was worth investing in. From the way he spoke, I could tell Denari had an innate talent for finding people's weaknesses and using them to his advantage. Our negotiation was just another poker game to him, and he intended to win. Denari only considered my offer after I mentioned a job in Bayanolgi, which had already cost me several agents. He offered to handle it, even though it meant doing the mission alone. It only took him 2 months to complete. According to my contacts, he systematically tracked down key targets and used what intel he could extract to force the head of the organization out of hiding and into my hands. Looking deeper into Denari's record, I discovered a pattern. His word is his bond. Be it a wager or a mission, if he agrees to do something, he'll follow through no matter what. However, he expects the same in return. A gambler with principles, an oddity, but one with the skill and ability to deliver at a level Nighthaven needed to reach the top. I leveraged Denari's compulsions to my advantage and, with an ironclad contract that cleared up his other obligations, ensured my organization would be the only one benefiting from his talents. That brings us to now. Rainbow needs help cleaning up their mess, and I have a grudge to settle with the Keres Legion. I've kept Denari in the shadows for too long. This time, we show the world what it means to go all in. And that was Callie's specialist profile on her agent, Denari. What a really cool backstory. I love the fact that he was one of Callie's first ever agents. He even crossed paths with Grim during this time as well, before Grim would also then become a part of Nighthaven. And I just think it's really cool that he's been working with Nighthaven this entire time, and he's just been in the shadows doing Callie's work. This honestly might be one of my favorite bios in the game. So let's take a look at his training and relevant experience. He has Swiss Special Forces training, Hostile Environment Awareness training, known as HEAT, Spatial Tactical Operations training, known as STOT, and Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape training, known as SEER. His relevant experience includes XR10. We talked about that at the beginning of his bio. We have a redacted independent mission. We also have the Bayan Ogli one listed here as well, which Callie was talking about. We have the Nigeria incident, which is something we're about to learn about from OSA. And we also have Operation Nightly Venture, which is an operation which we don't really know much about, but definitely seems to be entwined with his time at Nighthaven based on the name. I tried seeing if any of the other Nighthaven agents had this in their bio, but I couldn't find it, so I don't think there's much to learn about this one currently. But that moves us on to the final section of his bio, which is his Gadget Evaluation by OSA. So the device is known as the TRIP connector, with TRIP standing for Trigonometric Realignment Injection Power Node. So let's see what Nighthaven's QCR lead OSA has to say about it. The TRIP connectors are a portable laser grid network capable of securing any room in mere moments. Their only flaw is that they require a level of spatial awareness and adaptive thinking that most agents lack. Agent Winzenried, despite his reckless tactics and disregard for safety protocols, is the one exception. No matter how much it annoys me to admit, his ability to capitalize on the device's eccentricities and use it to its full potential is impressive. When multiple TRIP connectors are deployed within range of each other, they create a wireless network connection. This connection is limited by line of sight, requiring its agent to analyze the environment and calculate optimal relay points. As demonstrated by Agent Winzenried during our last field test, the device is even capable of syncing with other connectors through small breaches, extending its effective range. The TRIP connector uses a low-energy laser to detect hostile movement, and then converts to a femtosecond laser to bypass even the most durable armor. When tripped, the connectors deploy an electrified dart that shocks the target. This inhibits enemy movement, creating a temporary vulnerability that Denari can exploit. Agent Winzenried seems particularly fond of this feature, as it plays into his love of toying with his targets. I had originally not planned to implement the IFF system into the device, but with Rainbow's collaboration on the table, prudence seemed wise, especially with him at the helm. And so that was OSA, Nighthaven's QCR lead, talking about the TRIP connector, the gadget which her and her team developed for Denari. I do like the little detail as well that she isn't saying she necessarily made it for Denari, rather he's the only agent she deems cunning enough to actually understand how to use them efficiently. Now with that concluding this bio, I want to mention another thing we know about Denari, which was actually from the Operation Daybreak Battle Pass, and that is that him and fellow Nighthaven agent Pulse seemingly do not get along. With Callie saying that, yeah, I know you have your grievances, but I'm bringing him on this mission. And as well, from this bio, we learn that he gets along very well with Grim, who is now on Nighthaven as well, alongside Denari, but they met before either of them worked with Nighthaven through different mercenary groups. Two really fun details in my opinion. But yes, that is the conclusion of Denari's bio. We're of course going to learn more about this character when the battle pass drops and more interactions and stuff like that. And with the operator banter, whether it is new ones this season, and I'll try my best to get the new ones out. But be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Drop a like on this video if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new. Catch you all in the next video. I love you all. Have a good one. Peace.